Hello, this is Akshay. Today we are going to discuss Ohm's law. What is Ohm's law? So firstly, in the previous video, we have discussed that is for making the charge to move from one end to another end, there needs a potential difference, and its another name is voltage. Let me take here, that is, yes. Here it is potential difference, and let it be a resistance R. Let it be a resistance R through which the current is gonna flow. Here it is a one end and it's another end. So potential difference is that kind of agency which makes the charge to flow from one end to another end. So it making the charge to flow. It means charge can't flow on its own. This is what we have learned in the previous video. There needs a voltage, there needs a potential difference which does work in order to make the charge to move or flow from one terminal to another terminal. Since you are noticing here that is charge is made to move from one end to another end, it means what is another name we can give the movement of charge with respect to time? It is called electric current. So you know that is charge upon time is called electric current. It is denoted by I. So potential difference, it is denoted by V. So it is quite clear from this very mini circuit diagram that in order to make the current to flow, if you are not saying electric charge to flow, if you are saying make the electric current to flow, so both are the same thing, because the movement of the charge with respect to time is called electric current. Either you say the movement of the charge with respect to time or the flow of electric current. So both are the same thing. You know, I am taking this to directly to this very end, that is electric current. So it is the potential difference. This is what we have learned in the previous video there, that it is the potential difference, it is the motivation, it is the inspiration, it is a kind of, you can say, a force which makes the electric current to flow through this very resistor or through this very conductor. So the current I flowing through the conductor under the action of potential difference V acting across the two terminals of this very conductor. So it seems to us that there is a kind of a relationship existing between current flowing through the conductor and the potential difference acting across the ends of a conductor. Now that kind of a relationship being crystallized, that kind of a relationship being established by none other than German physicist named as Georg Simon Ohm. So he was the man, Georg Simon Ohm. You can see here it is Ohm. So it is Ohm's law, because he was the man who has firstly established a relationship existing between the amount of current flowing through the conductor under the action of potential difference acting across the two terminals of the conductor. So ये वो इंसान थे जिन्होंने रिलेशनशिप बताई थी किसके बीच में, पोटेंशियल डिफरेंस जो इस कंडक्टर के सिरों के ऊपर लग रहा है एंड द करंट फ्लोइंग थ्रू that very conductor. So there is a direct a kind of a, you can say, relationship existing between the current flowing through the conductor and the potential difference acting across the ends of a conductor. Let me take it a conductor. These are the two terminals or ends of the conductor, and let my thumbs playing the role of the two terminals of the battery. Let it be the positive terminal and it is the it is the negative terminal. Then it is just connected over here to the two terminals of the battery. What's gonna happen? It will apply the potential difference. It makes the charge to flow from this end to this end. So when the charge is flowing from one terminal to another terminal of the conductor, we will say current is flowing. It means it is the potential difference which makes the current to flow from one end to the another end. So there is a relationship between current flowing through the conductor and the potential difference acting across the ends of a conductor. And that kind of an equation being summarized under the banner of Ohm's law, because of the reason that he was the man who has firstly established a kind of a relationship between the current flowing through the conductor and the potential difference acting across the ends of a conductor. If you understand this kind of a thing, then it is far more easier to just put this very law into words there. It is quite easier, because this law states that, now come to this very law. Now this law states that the current flowing through a conductor is directly proportional to the potential difference acting across the ends of a conductor, provided it is conditional. It is conditional, that is, the current flowing through a conductor is directly proportional to the potential difference acting across the ends of the conductor, provided means क्या condition क्या रहेगी, provided the physical conditions like temperature, pressure और डेंसिटी रिमेन्स कांस्टेंट. ये सभी की सभी टर्म्स क्या रहे, कांस्टेंट. टेम्परेचर को कांस्टेंट रखा जाए, प्रेशर कांस्टेंट रहेगा या डेंसिटी कांस्टेंट रहेगी, ये फिजिकल कंडीशंस हैं. अगर फिजिकल कंडीशंस या फिजिकल पैरामीटर को कांस्टेंट रखें, स्थिर रखें, तो ये सत्यापित है, ये सच है कि उतना ही करंट जो है वो कंडक्टर में से चलेगा जितनी इसके ऊपर वोल्टेज लग रही है. और अगर ये फिजिकल क्वांटिटी में कांस्टेंसी खत्म हो जाती है, फिजिकल क्वांटिटी ये चेंज हो जाती है, टेम्परेचर जो है वो कम या ज्यादा हो जाता है, देन ओहम्स लॉ इज नॉट गोना बी ट्रू ओवर देयर. तब वो ओहम्स लॉ वहां पर जो है वो होल्ड नहीं कर सकेगा. क्यों? क्योंकि तब हम ये नहीं बोल पाएंगे कि करंट इज डायरेक्टली प्रोपोर्शनल टू द पोटेंशियल डिफरेंस. इट कैन ओनली बी ट्रू if the physical condition like temperature, pressure or density remains constant. So that's Ohm's law. So in simplicity, Ohm's law gives us a direct, you can say, relationship existing between the current flowing through the conductor and the potential difference acting across the ends of a conductor. And another part, major part, is that provided these physical conditions like temperature, pressure, density, etc. at that time remains constant, and that law is called Ohm's law. Let us have its mathematical representation here. Mathematically, but we have learned here that the current flowing through a conductor, here it is, current flowing through a conductor is directly proportional. Potential is directly proportional to potential difference acting across the ends of a conductor. This is the mathematical representation. Acting across the ends of a conductor, provided, this is the important part, provided the physical conditions remain constant, or current is being denoted by I. Here I is directly proportional to the potential difference. It is denoted by V. We know that here I and V, what are they? I is current, electric current flowing through the conductor, and V is the potential difference, or its another name is voltage. Potential difference acting across the ends of a conductor. So I is directly proportional to V, provided the physical conditions remain the same, remains the constant, provided physical condition remain constant. इस बात को भी थोड़ा सा हम समझना चाहेंगे. Suppose यहाँ पर हमने जो है वो इस बल्ब को लगा दिया. This is known as the filament light bulb. Filament रहता है इसमें, and it is being connected to the two terminals of a cell here. It is the positive and it is negative. What's gonna happen? This is gonna deliver potential difference, which makes the electric current to flow through this very conductor. And we have understood in the previous video that as the current flows through this very tungsten filament, what is gonna happen? It will generate heat. It will result in heat because of the reason that Joule's heating effect of electric current. We have just noticed in the previous video that is heat produced is always equal to I square RT, where I is the current flowing through the conductor, R is the resistance of the conductor, and T is the time for which the current flows through that very conductor. Or simply speaking, we can take it as H is directly proportional to resistance. Since the resistance of tungsten filament, जिससे ये बल्ब बना है, फिलामेंट लाइट बल्ब जिसको बोलते हैं, तो टंगस्टन फिलामेंट की जो रेजिस्टेंस है, इट्स वेरी हाई. हायर द रेजिस्टेंस, हायर द हीट प्रोडक्शन. सो इट हियर द हीट विल प्रोड्यूस, heat will be more heat will be there thanks to the Joule's heating effect of electric current taking place over here. So as the current begins to flow through it, heat is gonna be generated. As more and more current flows through it, more and more heat is going to generate. क्यों ज्यादा करंट चलेगा? जब आप वोल्टेज बढ़ाते जाएंगे ज्यादा, तो करंट भी ज्यादा चलेगा. जब करंट ज्यादा चलेगा तो हीट की प्रोडक्शन जो होगी वो भी ज्यादा होगी, और जब हीट ज्यादा होगी सो टेम्परेचर इज गोइंग टू बी मोर. मींस व्हाट इज हैपनिंग? टेम्परेचर कीप्स चेंजिंग. टेम्परेचर कीप्स चेंजिंग. टेम्परेचर लगातार क्या करता रहेगा? बदलता रहेगा. बिकॉज नाउ दिस इज गोइंग अगेंस्ट द लॉ ऑफ ओहम्स. And that Ohm's law states that the physical condition must remain constant. Means you need to keep temperature constant, but that's not happening in this very tungsten filament bulb because temperature doesn't stay constant. Temperature constant क्यों नहीं रह पा रहा है? क्योंकि इसमें लगातार Joule's heating effect of electric current जन्म लेता जा रहा है, हीट पैदा होती जा रही है. Because its resistance is very high, so is the heat production. So इस हीट प्रोडक्शन से टेम्परेचर जो है वो अप हो जाएगा. टेम्परेचर कीप्स चेंजिंग, टेम्परेचर बढ़ता जाएगा. एंड दैट्स वेयर द ओहम्स लॉ कांट स्टे ओवर, कांट होल्ड ओवर, कांट मेक अ होल्ड ओवर देयर. एंड वी विल से दिस वेरी लाइट, दिस वेरी फिलामेंट बल्ब does not obey Ohm's law. ये जो है वो Ohm's law को obey जो है वो नहीं करेगा. क्यों नहीं कर रहा है वो आपको बता दिया. क्यों? क्योंकि ओम्स लॉ में स्ट्रेट अवे बोला गया है द फिजिकल कंडीशन मस्ट रिमेन द कांस्टेंट. यू नीड टू कीप दोस फिजिकल कंडीशन इन चेक. You need to put a kind of a, you can say, constancy over there. You need not to change those physical conditions, and that physical conditions keeps changing over here, and that's making this very, you can say, a filament light bulb not to obey the Ohm's law. तो ये बल्ब जो है वो ओम्स लॉ ऑबे नहीं करेगा क्योंकि यहाँ पे फिजिकल कंडीशंस जो है वो स्टेबल कांस्टेंट नहीं रह रही हैं. हाँ, अगर हम टेम्परेचर जो है वो कम रखते हैं, टेम्परेचर के ऊपर लगाम कस के रखते हैं, इफ वी कीप द टेम्परेचर इन चेक, इफ वी कीप द करंट इन चेक, अगर हम करंट जो है वो लो जो है वो मात्रा में भेजते हैं तो टेम्परेचर के ऊपर लगाम कसी जा सकती है. वी कैन कीप द टेम्परेचर इन चेक इफ वी कीप a hold on the current. If low current is flowing through this very filament bulb, then the negligible amount of heat is going to produce. और जब कम हीट यहां पर पैदा होगी तो टेम्परेचर ऑलमोस्ट क्या रहेगा? कांस्टेंट रहेगा. then you can, then and only then you can make this very filament light bulb to obey Ohm's law. Unless until that doesn't happen, it doesn't obey Ohm's law. So that is the most important point to understand. The physical condition must be kept under check. Physical condition must be kept constant so that very Ohm's law can be obeyed. And what is that part which needs to be obeyed? That part is this one. The current flowing through the potential the current flowing through a conductor is directly proportional to the potential difference acting across the ends of a conductor. Or it can be written, just we can do the mathematical rearrangement over here. V is directly proportional to I, and therefore V, याद रहे कि ये है साइन ऑफ प्रोपोर्शनैलिटी. इस साइन ऑफ प्रोपोर्शनैलिटी को हटाना हो या इसको रिप्लेस करना हो साइन ऑफ इक्वालिटी से तो क्या किया जाता है? इसको जो है वो साइन ऑफ इक्वालिटी में हमने लिख दिया और साथ में एक कांस्टेंट लगाने की जरूरत पड़ती है. दैट्स हाउ वी आर गोना डू इट मैथमेटिकली. अगर साइन ऑफ प्रोपोर्शनैलिटी की जगह आपने इक्वालिटी का साइन जो है वो लगाना है, देन देयर इज रिक्वायर्ड टू पुट अ कांस्टेंट. तब जो है वो कांस्टेंट लगाने की जरूरत पड़ती है और उस कांस्टेंट को खास नाम दिया जाता है कांस्टेंट ऑफ प्रोपोर्शनैलिटी. That constant is called constant of proportionality क्योंकि वो proportionality के लिए constant लगाया गया है. So here we are removing or we are replacing this sign of proportionality by sign of equality. हम इस sign को जो है वो equality में तब्दील कर रहे हैं. By doing that we need to plant a constant, and that constant is known as the constant of proportionality, and that constant of proportionality here it is going to be R. So here sign of proportionality is going out and sign of equality coming in along with a constant r, and there is I. So V is equal to Ri. Here R is a constant of proportionality, and it is called resistance of a conductor. Yes, it is called resistance of a conductor. Resistance of a conductor is the property of a conductor. Here it is mentioned. It is a property of a conductor by virtue of which it opposes the flow of electric current. कि ये रेजिस्टेंस जो है, ये प्रॉपर्टी है, ये गुण है कंडक्टर का, जिसके चलते ये कंडक्टर, ये जो करंट जो इसमें से प्रवाहित होता है, फ्लो करता है, उसको ये अपोज करती है. एज द फ्रिक्शन इन मैकेनिक्स, सो इज द रेजिस्टेंस इन इलेक्ट्रिसिटी. जो फ्रिक्शन हम मैकेनिक्स में यूज करते हैं, वही चीज यहां पर जो है किस नाम से जानी जाती है इलेक्ट्रिसिटी में? रेजिस्टेंस. रेजिस्टेंस मींस टू रेजिस्ट, विरोध करना. और ये किसका विरोध करेगी? ये विरोध करेगी जो करंट इसमें से पास ऑन होगा. तो ये रेजिस्टेंस जो है वो यहां पर काम करेगी, एंड दैट रेजिस्टेंस इज नोन एज द कांस्टेंट ऑफ प्रोपोर्शनैलिटी, and its name is resistance of a conductor. So we have got V is equal to IR, and that is the mathematical expression for Ohm's law, that is V is equal to IR. Now next we are gonna move over here. Here we have got that is V is equal to IR. Where V is the potential difference acting across the ends of the conductor, I is the current flowing through the conductor, and R is the resistance of that very conductor. So that is the whole, you can say, a circuit diagram for Ohm's law here. This is ammeter used to measure the electric current flowing through the circuit. This is the voltmeter. This is an instrument which is used to measure the how much potential difference acting across the ends of the resistor, that is the resistance R. And this is the battery, the supplier of potential difference. This is the key switch, and rheostat, this is a variable resistance which can change the resistance, or which is having variable resistance over here. So that is the, you can say, a kind of a circuit diagram for meant for Ohm's law. So here V is equal to IR. This is what we have got over here. And one more thing we can say here, that is, since in the very beginning we have said I is directly proportional to V, the current flowing through a conductor is directly proportional to the potential difference acting across the ends of a conductor. What does it mean? इसका मतलब क्या है? इसका मतलब ये है कि जैसे जैसे वोल्टेज बढ़ेगी, जैसे जैसे पोटेंशियल डिफरेंस इंक्रीज होगा, वैसे वैसे करंट इंक्रीज करेगा. इन इक्वल अमाउंट द करंट विल इंक्रीज the amounts by virtue of which the voltage is increasing. जैसे वोल्टेज बढ़ेगी उतनी ही अमाउंट में करंट बढ़ेगा, जैसे वोल्टेज बढ़ेगी उतनी अमाउंट में क्या बढ़ेगा? करंट बढ़ेगा. इट शोज दैट द ग्राफिकल रिप्रेजेंटेशन फॉर V वर्सेस I, V वर्सेस I का अगर हम ग्राफ रिप्रेजेंट करें, ग्राफ बताएं, देन इट्स ऑलवेज गोना बी अ स्ट्रेट लाइन. तब ये क्या होगी? हमेशा ही एक स्ट्रेट लाइन आएगी. हियर इट इज. It is potential difference, and this is electric current. Here it is, electric current. So if you just have a graphical representation for V versus I, potential difference और current के लिए अगर graphical representation अगर आप तैयार करें, then it's always gonna be a straight line. ये हमेशा एक straight line के रूप में आएगी. But does it mean? It means as the voltage increases, so is the current. कि जैसे जैसे वोल्टेज बढ़ती जाएगी, वोल्टेज जो है बढ़ती जा रही है, वोल्टेज बढ़ती जा रही है, तो वैसे वैसे ही करंट में बढ़ोतरी होती जा रही है, करंट ऊपर की तरफ बढ़ता जा रहा है. सो V और I जो है वो हमारे पास अगर इन दोनों का ग्राफ तैयार करा जाए, तो इट्स ऑलवेज गोना बी अ स्ट्रेट लाइन फॉर दैट वेरी कंडक्टर व्हिच इज ओबेइंग ओहम्स लॉ. ये उस कंडक्टर के लिए होगा जो ओहम्स लॉ को ओबे करेगा. और दिस बाय वर्च्यू ऑफ दिस वेरी स्ट्रेट लाइन we can get the resistance of a conductor, because very easy to just find out the resistance of that very conductor, because at this very point we can find out what is the resistance of that very conductor by noticing the corresponding value of voltage. यहाँ से वोल्टेज कितनी लग रही है और यहाँ से करंट कितना मिल रहा है, इन दोनों की वैल्यूज को जो है वो नोट डाउन करके हम यहाँ पे निकाल सकते हैं व्हाट इज द रेजिस्टेंस ऑफ दैट वेरी कंडक्टर. एंड दैट वेरी रेजिस्टेंस यू कैन हैव R is equal to V upon I. Resistance here, R is going to be V upon I. So this is the straight line graph for that very conductor which obeys Ohm's law. ये उस कंडक्टर के लिए स्ट्रेट लाइन ग्राफ आएगा जो ओहम्स लॉ को ओबे करेगा. एंड द कंडक्टर which obeys the Ohm's law is going to be known as ohmic conductor. That conductor is going to be known as ohmic conductor. उस कंडक्टर को हम ओहमिक कंडक्टर बोलेंगे, और दैट कंडक्टर इज गोना ओबे द ओम्स लॉ, and hence for that very conductor V versus I graphical representation will always gonna be a straight line, जो कि इस बात को बताएगी कि V और I का जो निचोड़ निकलेगा, V और I का जो नतीजा निकलेगा, जिसको हम रेजिस्टेंस बोल रहे हैं, वो रेजिस्टेंस जो है वो कांस्टेंट रहेगी, वो स्थिर रहेगी, वो बदलेगी नहीं। ये देख रहे हैं आप, स्ट्रेट लाइन जो हमें बताती है ये कांस्टेंसी की तरफ इशारा है, स्थिरता बनी हुई है। अगर आप सोच रहे हैं कि ये तो ऊपर की तरफ जा रहा है, तो ये ऊपर की तरफ इसलिए चला जा रहा है कि वोल्टेज बढ़ती जा रही है और साथ में करंट भी बढ़ रहा है, इसी ग्राफ लगातार ऊपर की तरफ जो है वो राइज हो रहा है। मगर एक जो बात नोटिस करने वाली है वो ये है कि हमेशा ये स्ट्रेट लाइन में जा रहा है ऊपर की तरफ। इसका मतलब क्या हुआ कि V और I तो बढ़ रहे हैं, V बढ़ रहा है तो I भी बढ़ रहा है, मगर उन दोनों का जो नतीजा R है वो कांस्टेंट रह रहा है, वो स्थिरता बनाए हुए। दैट्स व्हाई इट इज अ, यू कैन से, अ स्ट्रेट लाइन, इट रिमेन्स कांस्टेंट, एंड दैट्स व्हाई दिस R is known as the constant of proportionality, because it stays constant throughout the journey of voltage and current. It stays constant, and that's why it gives you a straight line representation. And that very conductor which obeys the Ohm's law is called ohmic conductor. And the conductor for which V versus I graphical representation is not a straight line, rather it is a curve, then that very conductor is going to be known as non-ohmic conductor। कि वो कंडक्टर जिसके लिए जो है वो V versus I ग्राफिकल रिप्रेजेंटेशन जो है वो स्ट्रेट लाइन नहीं आती है, तो वो कंडक्टर नॉन ओहमिक कंडक्टर होगा। क्यों नॉन ओहमिक कंडक्टर होगा? वो इसलिए क्योंकि वहां पर जो है वो जो रेजिस्टेंस जो है वो लगातार बदलती जा रही है, रेजिस्टेंस कांस्टेंट नहीं रह रही है। ये तभी हो पा रहा है जब ये वाली स्थिति नहीं बनी हुई है, I is directly proportional to V। जब ऐसी स्थिति नहीं होगी तब वो कंडक्टर जो है वो ओम्स लॉ को ओबे नहीं कर रहा होगा, and that very conductor is going to be known as non-ohmic conductor। So that's it here as far as the Ohm's law is concerned। But in finding out the, you can say, these kind of a physical condition, physical quantities like V or I or R in numerical problems, we need to have a kind of a, you can say, a kind of a concept in our mind, so that we can quickly launch on to solving the numerical problem। And let me finish with this very thing here, that is Ohm's law triangle technique, and it is going to be very helpful in solving the numerical problem। Ohm's law triangle technique, in order to solve the numerical problem, we will take a triangle here it is, it is V, and let it be I, and it is R। Okay, that is the case number 1। We are going to take it as case number 1। Okay, if we gonna find out the potential difference, then I and R gonna be multiplied। So if we know what is I, we know what is R, we can find out what is V। Okay, case number 1, if both I and R are known to us, then this is V is the product of I, R। Here it is, that's the case number 1। Case number 2, here we are, case number 2। Once again that triangle do exist over here, here it is, here it is V, it is I, and it is R। In the first case, this is what we were finding out, V is equal to IR, the product of I and R, that is V is equal to IR। Now in the case number 2, if we are knowing the values of both V and R, then we are going to find out what is I। So यहाँ पर case number 2 पे लिखा जाएगा, if we know the values of both V and I, both the values of V and I, then we will find out what's gonna be R। Then R is equal to V ऊपर है तो ऊपर रहने देना है, और I नीचे है तो ये नीचे रहने देना है। R is equal to V upon I। Here it is। So we have learned how to find out V, that is product of these two. We have learned how to find out R, that is the you can say that is V versus V upon I, that is equal to R. Very simple to find out here. V upon I is equal to R. Now we are going to come over here. If we knowing V and R, then we can find out what is going to be I. So here it is, case number 3. Once again, we are going to have a triangle over here. V, it is I and it is R. Now that we want to find out what is I. So if both V and R known to us, if both V and R are known to us, then yes, this is what we are going to find out. I is equal to V upon R. Very simple. I is equal to V upon R. Then I is equal to V upon R. Here it is. So these are the, you can say that is a 3 different kind of representation here. V is equal to IR. Another one for resistance. To find out resistance, R is equal to V upon I. Very simple, V upon I. And if in order to find out the current, if V and R both are given, then I is equal to V upon R. So that summarize whole Ohm's law here, and these 3 cases will help you to steer through the numerical problem down the road. So that's it here as far as Ohm's law is concerned.